Yeah.
fantastic. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
No, nice to meet you too.
Okay, cool. I think it's been about 5 minutes. I think this is most likely everyone that's going to join. Um, so we're going to get started. Thanks for joining this session today. I just wanted to use what Toriso said as a starting point of like what meditation is, right? And specifically the type of meditation that we're going to do. Meditation is a way of habituating your mind, right? It's a way of habituating new ways of thinking, new ways of speaking, and new ways of acting. In the meditation that we're going to do today, we're going to habituate a response of love towards ourselves and others, particularly when it hits the fan. You know, when things get difficult, the natural response sometimes is to be like, you know, very hard on yourself and very reactive, right? The meditation that we're going to be doing isn't necessarily about quieting the mind, because in a way, like that's kind of impossible. And a lot of the time, the mainstream idea of meditation is that it's about quieting your mind and it's about relaxing. And while that is the case for some meditations, if you're looking for transformation in your day-to-day life, quieting your mind isn't necessarily going to bring you the transformation that you need, right? Because you can be mindful of what's going on. Like you can be mindful that you're sitting on a couch, for example. You can be mindful that you're having angry thoughts. You can be mindful that you get upset every week at a certain time, you know, during your meetings. But what is that mindfulness doing for you? You know, like at what point do you actually use that mindfulness to affect change in your life? Because you can be aware of something, but have no clue how to change it. And what this meditation is particularly going to be about is about changing the habit of self-hatred that we have in moments of difficulty, in moments when we don't necessarily know how to fix a situation immediately, where the solution isn't readily available, and we just have to sit in the moment and receive the message that the difficult situation has for us, because sometimes that's what you need to do. And to do that, you need to have a lot of love for yourself, because when you can't fix your situation, it's about acceptance. It's about allowing yourself to go through the thing that you need to go through, right? So when you're able to have this sense of self-acceptance for yourself, it's only then that you can extend it to others. You know, have you ever been in an airplane where they're like, put your face mask on before helping women and children? Have you ever experienced it? This is the same sort of concept where you need to take care of your own mental well-being before you can really take care of others, right? So you can get comfortable in your seat. I recommend that you turn off your mics in case there's any noises, right? And your seating position can be on a chair. You can be seated on a meditation cushion. You can be lying down if you want. Whatever posture brings you a sense of comfort and stability, right? If you're lying down, make sure that you maintain a sense of focus, right? And I'm going to invite you to gently bring your attention to the breath. And close your eyes. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose and notice the breath as it comes in. Notice the cool sensation as you breathe in, and notice the warmth as you breathe out. And for a moment, just spend some time noticing the in-breath and the out-breath. Notice the sensations at the tip of the nose. And as you bring your attention to the breath, allow your breath to connect with the sense of calm in the body. We're going to do a body scan, starting from the pelvic floor area and allowing the breath to relax your body as you breathe out. So as you breathe out, allow the pelvic floor to relax, to release any tension in that area. And then bring your attention to the spine and do the same. As you breathe out, allow the out breath to relax the spine. Make sure the spine is upright, but not uptight. And then gently bring your attention to your shoulders, connecting with the sense of stillness, connecting with the sense of relaxation. Allow the out breath to melt your shoulders down. Each out breath taking you deeper into the meditative state. There's nothing to control. You don't have to control the breath. You don't have to force the shoulders to relax. Whatever you're experiencing now, just notice it and have the intention to go deeper. That's all. Then gently bring the attention to the muscles of the face, relaxing the jaw, maintaining the uprightness of the spine, noticing any tension in the forehead or the eyebrows and releasing it. Releasing any tension in the eyes. As you gently bring your attention to the space in front of you at the level of your eyebrows. And in that space, imagine there's a bright light shining. Almost like you're looking at the sun with a pair of UV sunglasses. You can see this bright white light. It's almost like it's piercing a hole in the fabric of space, radiating. Warm, bright light. Imagine that this is your teacher. This is the culminating point of all of your realizations, of all of your progress, all of your success. It's all concentrated in this point. Everything you wish for, everything you've ever wished for, it's right in front of you in the form of this bright, radiant, magnificent white light. Notice the effect that this presence has on your body. Continue relaxing. And invite this presence into your heart. And imagine this bright white light rising to the top of your head in the center. And in that space, imagine that it's surrounded by rainbow colored light as it descends into your heart. And as it descends, you continue relaxing. And imagine your body radiating with the same intensity as this white light. You ask your teacher for blessings. You ask your teacher for lessons. How do I love myself? And as you ask this, you imagine a time when you did really, really well. A time where you're very proud of yourself. Maybe it's something you did this week. And bring that to mind and allow yourself to feel the feeling of joy that you felt in that moment. Maybe you were recognized. Maybe your efforts were celebrated. Try your best to paint the picture of what happened that made you feel the sense of joy so that you can bring up the same sense of joy. And as that memory begins to dissolve into the same brilliant white light, think of a time when you were neither successful nor unsuccessful, and it was just a neutral sort of experience. Bring that moment to mind, and in your mind, paint the picture. What did it feel like in your body? What are your hopes and desires at the time? What made it a bland moment? Then allow that memory to dissolve into this brilliant white light. As you consider a time when you acted out of character, you felt a bit embarrassed, you felt disappointed in yourself. Bring that moment to mind and consider the elements that made it disappointing, the people that it involved. Maybe you acted out of your values. Maybe you could feel it in your body. Try and paint this picture and bring up the feeling in your body. And as that memory fades into this brilliant white light, a new appearance begins to take form. And it's the three of you. You, the you that was successful, the you that was neutral, and the you that was disappointed in themselves or failed at something. Imagine those three seated in front of you, meditating. But they're all trapped. They've all turned to stone. To free them, we're going to extend our love to them. The same love that we got from that magnificent white light, the same love that's in our hearts. Imagine that pouring out in the form of a thin string connecting to the hearts of these three selves, from your heart to theirs. And as you breathe, imagine this white light shattering the exteriors of these beings, and they become this bright white light. The you when you succeeded was not a place to get stuck. It was a language encouraging you to go further. The you when you were neutral is not the totality of you. It's a language encouraging you to go further. The you when you were disappointed is begging for love. That's you when you need love the most. It's not a place to get stuck. It's not the totality of you. Imagine these three selves shining brightly as they combine into one bright light. And the bright light comes into your chest and is integrated into the totality of you. As these parts are integrated into the totality of you, the body relaxes. The body continues to ease tension. The breath continues to take you deeper into the meditative state. And imagine extending this bright light to the people in your immediate vicinity. Maybe it's in your apartment building. Imagine extending love to them. Imagine this white light continues to expand to your neighborhood, your city, your country, your hemisphere, until it envelops the whole world. How wonderful it would be if everyone were happy. How wonderful it would be if everyone could love unconditionally. Now imagine the light begins to recede from the size of the earth to the size of your hemisphere, to the size of your continent, to the size of your city, to the size of your apartment building, your room, and until it returns to your heart. Leaving everything with this glow, leaving everything as an opportunity, leaving every being as transformed. Every being is now an opportunity to express love, to give what you would like to receive. And dedicate this meditation to someone who might be struggling to love themselves. You can bring them to mind. As you bring your attention to the breath, you notice the sensations in the body. You begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, move your shoulders, and open your eyes. Thank you. Alrighty. It was a bit longer than 15 minutes, but I'd love to hear about your experience, how the meditation went, and any suggestions that might help you go deeper into the meditative state for next time.
Thank you so much, Sundar. Today was amazing. It's always really good to um, affirm the kind of love that you want for yourself, especially through meditation and all that. And you do a fantastic job leading us through it. Just something that I have been learning, because I also take some Sastan classes, so it's a lot more yogic oriented in terms of its meditation. One of the things that the teacher tries to do towards the tail end is provide room, even after you have gathered through the entire meditation. You leave room for like about 5 or so minutes towards the tail end, where you just like let people soak in for a little bit. Because I felt today, just as I was getting into it, it was a lot of things were happening. But just as that was all coming in, I had to like, okay, like we getting back to center, back to earth. So perhaps that could be something we could incorporate for our own practice. But other than that, it's absolutely phenomenal. Thank you.
Thanks, that's very helpful. Toriso.
Okay. I'm not sure if, firstly, I have a question. Is there a particular way that you need to sit when you meditate?
Yes. So it's technically it's up to you, right? You can be seated in a chair, right? But when you're seated in a chair, you want to go sideways. You want to keep like your spine, like, pretty straight.
I see.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're not doing the day-to-day keyboard thingy thing. You want to like do kind of the opposite and like tuck your chin in slightly, and then your feet are like straight, like flat on the ground. That's pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah. But if you want to bump it up, yeah.
Now I was just gonna ask, so you don't do it like what are they called? Like Buddhists do it. This is like you are some Shaolin master or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the aim is do what you're comfortable with. If it feels exotic, right? If it feels like it's not you, it's going to be difficult for you to get into the meditative state, right? So you want to do what feels honest. Like you feel like you're being honest with yourself. Okay, this is what I can, I feel comfortable doing. If sitting in like a meditation posture with your feet like, in a pretzel, if that's not for you, for now, that's fine. But it's just for now. But if you do want to sit in a posture, it's called the 6-point posture of Vairocana. Right. So this posture is specifically geared towards getting your mind in a state that's, still calm. And the way the body is set up, there's certain points and channels throughout the body that are aligned when you sit in this posture. So that's why, when you sit in that sort of posture, you're able to sit for longer, but you need to like first work your way to it. You want to sit the way you're comfortable first. Otherwise you'll end up injuring yourself. Like in the beginning, I got a like pretty bad knee from sitting in a posture that I couldn't sit in. So I recommend like take it slow, right? Do what you're comfortable with.
I can feel it now because my back is killing me.
Yeah.
So
You can even incorporate a lot of pillows. And I
good.
remember when I was also starting out is so rather than sit in the you call it the 6 point something position like the pretzel thing.
Yeah.
So rather than do that, I used to do most of my meditations lying down. So
Oh,
that's also so yeah,
Yeah.
you get something comfortable for your neck because I think
mm,
this place would need a lot of support. But once you're comfortable with that, you can easily go for a lot longer. And then it's just like a focus on the breath type of thing that helps me to remain in that state.
no, okay, okay. But it was good. Thank you so much. Even
It's a
though my
pleasure.
posture was so bad. I'm gonna work on it though. The thing is, it's very enlightening because I didn't know that you can lie down. Like you need to find the most comfortable position. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I just want to second like Amani's point that even me in the beginning, the way I did it, my first meditations were lying down. You know, there's a whole bunch of, it's called yoga nidra. So these types of
Yes.
meditations are for, going to bed, like they help you fall asleep.
Mhm.
So I can share it in the chats. Those ones are the best. You can do those lying down. Yoga nidra.
This is new. I
Yeah,
didn't know about that. I need to
yeah,
Google that.
yeah. So if you want to do some like guided meditations lying down, those will be like very helpful to get yourself. But the thing is, you don't want to fall asleep. That's the main point, right? You want to be relaxed, but to the point where you don't want to fall asleep. That's the only danger with lying
Okay.
down. Yeah. But it's not a bad thing if you fall
Actually,
asleep.
interestingly, I feel like it's such a beautiful transition, right? Especially if you're doing it in the evenings or like when you're winding down. So you can easily start on that. It's a very simple, easy practice, about 30 minutes or so. So by the time you're even like feeling completely relaxed and you're in your meditation zone, it's a lot easier for you to just like drift into REM state and sleep. And if you're doing meditation for like a lot more um, sort of like spiritual as opposed to just like traditional wellness, I feel like it's even a lot easier for you to connect with whatever your practice is at that point. And the drift it's a lot easier, and
Yeah.
dream state is also a lot easier to get into in that way. At least
Is
that's
it
been my experience. Yeah.
interesting?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
cool. Uh, is there anything else?
No, not from my side. Thank you
Okay.
so much, though.
I just one more question. Like I usually share these on WhatsApp just to get more people to join. So I just wanted to get your consent. Are you cool with me sharing a screenshot of this on WhatsApp?
Yeah, sure. You can do it.
Absolutely.
I don't have a
Okay,
problem
cool.
with that.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Yeah,
No,
Thank
okay.
you so much.
Thank
Have
you.
a fantastic rest of the week.
you too. Bye, guys.
Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.